Good morning, guys. This is Vineet Pandey, and there we have our finest news for you. UGC once again had changed its criteria, and in a recent tweet by UGC India quoting Mamidalaji, the lines are like this. I would love to read it for you all. PhD not mandatory for assistant professor, says UGC chairman. Yes, my dear friends, you heard it right, you heard it correct. Now, all the students who were attempting to qualify NET were also fearing that even if you qualify NET, you're supposed to go for your PhD for 3 to 3.5 years. Most of the students who were not able to make it in the top university through the entrances were forced to pay the heavy sums, heavy amounts to private universities. If you remember, when the PhD became compulsory in 2018 and they quoted that from 2021, because the amendment came in 2018 and they quoted 2021 saying that the PhD will be compulsory and no assistant professor job, no candidate shall be entertained without PhD. Now the rules have been changed once again. This time only NET is enough. Now why so? First of all, when they made PhD compulsory, hundreds of students went for private PhDs, for the PhDs through the government institutions, for the entrances, and gradually they found that they do not have sufficient, yes my dear friends, placements for those PhD holding students. Along with that, they got overburdened. The private universities made a lot of money, and then they realized that even if the students are going for private universities or the government universities, we are not able to provide them the jobs, and that's why they realize that we must bring a stop to the PhD and let's go for the fresh candidature. Primarily this is a politics, but yes, it's a big news for at least the new students. You have to qualify NET. Yes, I am not a PhD, but I have taught in University of Delhi for 3 years. Technically, assistant professor simply requires NET, which is one of the first ever mandate of UGC. They kept on playing politics by changing it constantly, but this is your right. This is the basic information that yes, NET is compulsory now. PhD is not required, I think, for 3 to 4 years before they play the dirty politics again. So my dear friends, all the students who are watching this is the golden chance for you. I met a lot of students who would ask me that, sir, even if we qualify NET, there is no job directly. We qualify NET, then we go for another competition of PhD entrance, and even if we get through PhD entrances, there we have to stay for 3.5 years. So logically 3.5 years you are spending in a particular age where you're supposed to get married, where you're supposed to take the lead of your life, you have to support your family. The students were being tortured. It was a clear mental harassment, a sheer case of mental harassment. Now this is finally a good news, a news that gives you comfort right now. Though even for the time being, maybe for within 2 to 3 years, they again will play the dirty politics. But right now, the clear news, the good news is that NET is enough to become assistant professor in universities, in central universities. The lines have been spoken by Mamidalaji. You can simply see the timings here. This is 11th March 2023. UGC chairman Professor Jagdish Kumar on Friday said PhD is not mandatory for assistant professors. So my dear friends, this is one of the finest news for you, and the smart person is the one who knows how to utilize the chance, the opportunity. So don't waste your time. In 90 days you have one more exam. June, and you're going to have one more NET exam. I'm sure you must have done really well in first March of exam in English literature. The March session you did well, but in case you feel that you can miss it, this is the time, the June attempt, the July attempt. Make sure you nail it, because the elections are being, announced. Elections are coming, and you all know this is India. During elections, the government comes with a lot of schemes. So be smart, utilize this scheme, qualify NET, become assistant professor, because we all know once the election's done, they will bring some new exam, some new known names, and just like they did with B.Ed, HTET, CTET and all, dosto, they'll start playing politics, and this is your time to hit it back. One of the finest news for all of you, all those who are losing courage. Once again, you have to fight back. Remember Robert Browning, I was ever a fighter, so one fight more, the best and the last. And all the students who are watching it, and if you belong to English literature, genre, English literature subject. We have started our fresh online batch from today evening. You can join us. You can be a member of our elite classes, and I will make sure that you qualify in 90 days. Thank you so much. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.